Hey, thanks for joining me on Love Them Knives channel. Today we're going to talk about the WithArmour, that's the brand, Mammoth. Hey guys, WithArmour, not Under Armour. WithArmour is the name of the brand. Now, they contacted me and asked me if I was interested in budget knives, and I go, absolutely, absolutely. So they sent me this knife along with a couple of others called the Torpedo and the Shooter. And those are, I mean, obviously maybe a little odd name-wise, but this is the Shooter. And I'll put the link to that review. I've put that review out. Okay, these are ball bearing knives. They're budget knives. Okay, so they're 440C steel, and you know that kind of thing. G10. So they're a user knife. They're fairly inexpensive. And this was the Torpedo, another ball bearing G10 440C. Okay, so here we come with this. This is also 440C steel, G10 scales, full tang, fixed blade, called the Mammoth, has a sheath here, okay, like a Kydex style sheath with a tech lock in the back here, so you can open and close this if you want. And remember how that I did this? Oh yeah, it's you got to flip this up like this. This little thing pivots, moves away, and then you can push these together. And of course you can undo these screws and kind of make it, if you want to cross draw, you want it straight up and down on your belt, however you want to do. It's adjustable that way. But man, little bit of a rattle, not much, but I mean, that is in there, my friends. That is in there. That ain't going anywhere. Interesting knife design. Trying to determine what I think it would be good at doing, but maybe a light bushcrafting type of thing. You know, I think it's heavy enough. You can do some chopping and that kind of thing, but it's small enough to where you can do a little finer work. I wouldn't, you know, this to me is not a Skinner or anything, but yeah, various types of medium range tasks, I would say. Not a super heavy chopper, but you could probably do some. And let me see if it's got any edge to it. There you go. So it comes reasonably sharp out of the box. This is kind of one of those things. There's so many fixed blade knives around, and then it kind of comes down to, do you like the design? What do you think you could use it for? In what way? And you know, I like this big front choil here, so you can get right up on it if you want. Obviously, these are open areas through here where the scales are attached. So, I mean, you could use these as lashing holes. You could lash around here to add, you know, a pole to it to make it kind of a spear type or extend the knife, but it's not really much of a spear point type of blade, so I don't know about that. But in any case, yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough stuff here. Look at the G10. That's a lot of traction there. That's a lot of traction. So this is definitely a user knife. And I can't remember. I think it was around, $60-something. Oh, let me show you this. This is one that I want to get here in the future. It's the Fin, Fin. So, and this is actually a D2 knife with bearings on it. But it's an interesting design, isn't it? But I did email them and said, I'd like to get my hands on that, but I don't think it's available yet. But when it is, I'll put that up on my channel, because this is really a fascinating looking knife. I think this would be really cool, especially as a budget knife. Yeah. And well, 8.3, so about the same size as a paramilitary 2. Yeah, cool. In any case, oh, get them on Amazon. I'm going to give you the links for these knives so you can go onto their Amazon site. You can buy them right there. Oh, $49, I'm sorry. So in any case, the Mammoth, $49.95 at the time I printed this off. So that's reasonably decent price, you know. So this gives you that information. By the way, pause and read here, and then it goes into some more information about how long they've been in business. They've done some OEM manufacturing. These are made, of course, in China. And on, and it gives you the specs here, 10 inches overall. There's your centimeters as well. Handle is 5, blade is 5, 4mm thick, 440C, G10, okay? So nothing terribly complicated. Let me get my scale out and I'll weigh it up for you. It feels like it weighs something, that's for sure. It's got some weight to it. Okay, about basically 290 grams. So let's roll back around to ounces. 10.2 ounces. Now, and put it in the sheath. Let's see how much it weighs then. 13.6, which is 386 grams. Compare it to something. Let me put, like the paramilitary 2. It's bigger. Of course, the Para 2 is just a little over 8 inches, and this, of course, is a 10-inch knife. But this kind of just gives you some scale of reference as far as the size goes. You know, it's kind of got a black washed flats here, and then stone wash grind area. Swedge done in here with this, and I don't know the particular reason for this, unless you're all up on it and you want to really reach up here. Other than that, I'm not sure. Just full tang, jimping here, jimping back in here. No jimping under here, but it's comfortable. It's comfortable. It's kind of got this real extreme choil up here. But feels good. Reverse grip, yeah. And of course you've got protection here from your hand sliding down on the blade. And this really feels good as well. So it's not a huge knife that's difficult to handle, although it's medium, isn't it? It's not small. Interesting. With the sheath, all that kind of stuff came in this box. There you go. And here was the paperwork I got with it. So, yeah. Hey, you can buy it on Amazon, so you don't have to go to any exotic sites or anything like that necessarily to buy this. If you're into fixed blades, I don't do a lot on my channel, but it's not like I don't like fixed blades. I do. And especially budget. Something that just not going to cost you a lot of money, but might be pretty rugged. You know, one thing for sure, we might want to see if we can get a measure. We already did that. I mean, you already saw 4mm, blade stock, and then overall thickness. This is 15 millimeters, about 6/10 of an inch here. But what I was gonna do is measure behind the edge, if I can do so. And then, yeah, it's not bad right there. And of course, And as we're going, let me see if I can kind of guide it here a little bit. So I can get, see, there's, yeah, 0.2. Not bad, actually. It's not as fat behind the edge as I thought it might be. Got this little compound grind, but it doesn't look like it'd be any, make anything difficult as far as sharpening. It should be pretty easy to sharpen this knife, actually. And 440, pretty corrosion resistant. Used to be the stuff back in the early 90s, you know, it was the cool steel. Now it's just another also ran, but it's a good user knife, good user steel. Lots of jimping, jimping, jimping. Feels weighty in the hand with the sheath, the tech lock, all that kind of stuff. Pretty cool knife, actually. You might want to check Under Armour out. I'll give you the link, all that kind of stuff. See what you think. If there's a design you like, if you're looking for kind of a user knife, what I call beater knives, those are the ones that carry the weight around my house. I mean, those are the ones I'm going to use because I don't care if I, you know, scratch them up or mark them up, that kind of thing, because they're inexpensive. But they're great to use, and they're a lot easier to sharpen than the Super Steels. Hey, Flanagan, where'd you go? All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining us. Interesting budget fixed blades, but we do love budget knives on this channel. All right, you know what we do on this channel. What do? We love them knives. So you guys out there, stay sharp.